Hi everyone and welcome to episode 8 of Can I Do It Better with AC Milan. So in recent weeks the form has been inconsistent, I would suggest. We're still sitting in 5th at the moment, having had a recent draw with Torino. You can see in the top right hand corner here we got a 0-0 draw with Torino, which wasn't good enough, although I would say we absolutely dominated the game, and I did feel a little bit hard done by that we didn't find the goal really. But anyway, that was a 0-0 draw. Before that we played Sevilla and beat them in the Euro Cup, the Europa League, so we're through to the next round of that. And you can see that in the top right hand corner in our fixture list here that we've been drawn against our local derby rivals in Inter Milan for the next round of the Euro Cup, so that's coming up in a few games time. For today we're playing Roma in the cup competition, the Italian Cup, and the reason it's important is that the whole point of this series is to try and better the results that AC Milan got in the 2018-19 season. And in the cup competition, the Italian Cup, they got to the semi-finals and lost to Lazio. And we are currently in the semi-finals, having played the first leg and got a comfortable 3-1 win. If we get through in this second leg, then that would better their results. So it would be another tick in our favour. In terms of other competitions, just to keep you up to date, we didn't better their result in the Italian Super Cup. We lost to Juventus, same as they did in real life. The Italian Cup we've just talked about because that's today's game. The Euro Cup, we've already bettered their result because they didn't get out of the group stage, and we're now in the second knockout round against Inter Milan. In terms of the league, things are going all right, but it's been a little bit up and down recently, and inconsistent, too inconsistent for my liking. We sit 47 points in 5th place after 25 games. They finished in real terms, they finished in 5th on 68 points, I think it was. So we can still better it, of course we can. There's plenty of points still to play for, but it's becoming a little bit tight because of our inconsistent form. But we'll worry about the league in another episode. For today it's the Italian Cup competition against Roma. So let's go and check out the team. So in terms of starting 11, you can see that it's basically the starting 11 that we've got used to now. It's Donnarumma in goal, Conti at right back, Rodriguez at left back, central defensive partnership of Caldara and Romagnoli. Biglia plays the deep lying playmaker role. Kessie is the box-to-box midfielder, with Calhanoglu in the attacking midfield role, Suso on the right, Bonaventura on the left, and Higuain up top. And everybody else on the bench other than Bakayoko and Cutrone, who are both injured today, so those unfortunately don't make the cut. But it's pretty good. I think we're at pretty much full strength, so I'm happy to go into this particular game with Roma. I think we've got a good shout of beating them in this particular match as well as overall, because we're already 3-1 up obviously, but I expect a good result today. And we're at home against them, so that gives us the advantage. So let's get into today's game and see what happens. So no surprises in terms of their formation and their structure of their side. They're playing a 4-3-3 as they've done before. In terms of the team talk, I've suggested to them that I expect them to come back after this match as finalists, just in a calm way, just to keep them motivated but not really put too much pressure on them. So here we go into kickoff. So as I say, we're at home, which gives us a bit of an advantage. So it was a brilliant first leg. To get a 3-1 win away from home against Roma was brilliant. So let's see if we can back it up with another positive performance. As the highlights come, hopefully there'll be plenty for us. In terms of possession stats, etc., I expect it to be a fairly even game. That was a first opportunity for them off a free kick, and they almost took it, but a good parry from the goalkeeper and eventually got the ball cleared. But a good free kick nonetheless to sort of test the waters, as it were, for them. They are going to be dangerous. They've got nothing to lose, have they, really? Conti with the long throw gets cleared, but only partially to Suso. He cuts it onto his left-hand side, goes inside to Calhanoglu, back out now to Conte, and he puts a whipped cross in, but it was very well cleared by the defender. And now Roma come with the opportunity for a break, but we nick the ball back again. A loose pass, and Suso it was that got the foot in, and so we get a chance to build up from the back again, and Suso with a ranging left-footed pass out to the left-hand side. Bonaventura cuts in on his right foot, and what a brilliant strike that was. Lovely arcing shot over the top of the goalkeeper. Well, as soon as he moved it onto his right foot, you thought maybe there's a strike on here, but yeah, lovely pass out from Suso. Rodriguez cuts it in. Bonaventura cuts it in on his right foot, a long way out, but just such a brilliant effort. And as I say, looped over the top of the goalkeeper, and what a brilliant goal. And that really, really helps to really cement the tie, doesn't it, really? 4-1 up. They'd have to go on a really amazing scoring spree now. Don't speak too soon. I think that was offside. We'll check that. I'm not too worried about that. We'll see. But yeah, it was. I thought it was quite an obvious one, to be honest. I wasn't worried about that one at all. As soon as the ball came in, I thought there's like 3 of them offside, and there were even if it was just small margins, they were still definitely offside. So I don't have any worries about that. That's fine. Half an hour gone, 1-0 up. Everybody playing pretty well, I would suggest. In terms of the actual match stats, I said they would be quite even, and they have been. Suso on the edge of the box from the corner kick and just sends it slightly wide. I think the goalkeeper had it covered, but a good corner kick routine that we've been working on to send it onto the edge of the box. On that occasion it was Suso, but he couldn't quite make it count. So team talk wise for half time, I'm pretty happy. Will passionately say I'm happy with things, keep it going, just to keep them motivated and keep the impetus moving forward for the second half. It would be very easy for them to take the foot off the pedal, wouldn't it, really? And I don't want them to do that in the second half if they can help it. And just, you know, really put this tie to bed and keep it comfortable for us. But yeah, as I said just before half time, the match stats themselves are going to be fairly even. I found this against Roma before when we've played them, that, you know, however the result goes, the match stats are quite even, and the chances created, etc., are all fairly the same. Here they come again, but we cut it out in the right back area from Conti, and Kessie comes forward with the ball, supported by Suso, who cuts it into Calhanoglu, who's come deep to get involved in the play, and out to Bonaventura, back to Biglia, keeping the ball very nicely, patient build-up, and here we go into the attacking third of the pitch. Kessie on the edge of the box. Will he get a shot away? He does. Powers a very low shot. It was a nice build-up all the way through the side there. Eventually it found Kessie a little distance out from the penalty box. You see here Bonaventura into Calhanoglu, who now finds Kessie. He's got a little bit of distance to cover, but he puts on a bit of a speed spurt there, and then powers the right-footed shot underneath the diving goalkeeper, who was very slow to react, really. And a 2-0 lead on this particular match is really, really good. I'm really happy with that. You can see we've got a couple of people that are struggling a little bit with their conditioning, so I am going to remove them and give them a little bit of a break. I don't want any problems with injuries as the rest of the season unfolds. And I'm also going to take Higuain off and bring Trotter on. He doesn't get too many games, Trotter, but Cotrone's injured, so he's on the bench. So I'll give him a run around. Why not? Because we've got all the freedom to play now, really. 5-1 up over the 2 legs is a really good lead to have. Under here comes forward and puts it inside, and that was a bit of a wayward shot, really, wasn't it? I thought for a minute we were in trouble, but as soon as the ball left his foot, you could see that it was going high and wide and didn't trouble the goalkeeper in any way. And I don't think anybody has particularly today. Donnarumma has had a very quiet game, hasn't he? Few efforts in his direction, but nothing that really made him worry. Here we go with one last effort, maybe on the edge of the box. Strinic into Kessie again, back to Biglia. Will it go out wide right? No, Suso cuts back inside. And we keep the ball nicely again. Calhanoglu finds Strinic on the left-hand side, but the cross was blocked on that occasion. And now Roma get a chance to break. But will this just simply drift into the final whistle? I think it probably will. The sting has gone out of their attack. I think they've got far too much to do, obviously. So it just kind of became a bit of a nothingy end. And there you go. We have, again, bettered the result of AC Milan. We have got to the final of the Italian Cup. Now, obviously, I really, really want to win it now that we're there. But actually, if you'd have said at the start of the season that that's what we'd end up with, we'd get to the final, then I'd happily snap your hand off for it, because that would better the results that we were trying to achieve. So, yeah, already a good result in the Italian Cup. But I now desperately want to go and win it. And of course, who is it that's standing in our way? It's Juventus again, and we've struggled with them so far this season. So that's going to be a really tricky game, but that will be pretty much the last game that we play, I would suggest, in the save. So we'll come back to the Italian Cup at a later date. The competition for the Euro Cup moves into the second round knockout stage against Inter Milan. I won't show it because we've already betted their result in that particular competition. I will play those off air, off the episodes, and we will come back and concentrate on the league and the run-in for what will be a very difficult campaign to try and better, I think, at this point. We've got a 20-point gap to make up so far, compared to what they got, compared to what we currently have. So we're sitting in 5th, which is where they finished. So we've got some work to do, but we've got the games to do it. So I'm going to come back and play Lazio in the next match in Serie A, and we'll see whether in between time we can get a couple of decent wins and a bit of momentum, specifically in the league. There's some really winnable games there: Genoa, Atalanta, and Frosinone. Not sure how you pronounce that. Apologise for anybody that I've offended with that pronunciation. But yeah, we'll come back and play Lazio in the next episode, and hope that we're in decent form leading into the run-in for the season. So that will do it for today. A decent win in the cup competition. Another one to tick off and say that we betted the result, which is great. So now it becomes all really about the league. So we'll come back and play Lazio next game and see whether we can get the 3 points and continue to try and get a better result than Milan did in the league. So as I say, that'll do it for today. Thanks for joining me. If you're enjoying the series, why not subscribe to the channel? That will keep you up to date with the videos. If you liked this particular video, then why not click a like on it? That helps me get seen by other people, which is really important to the growth of my channel. Until next time though, if you're playing Football Manager yourself, let me know how you're going in the comments below. Always interesting to hear what other people are up to. But until next time, take care of yourselves. I will see you soon, and bye for now.